Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Now today I'm going to be doing a vinyl update video, just showing a couple of records. Well, I say a couple, like I've got a fairly sized chunk here to show like what I've accumulated over the past couple of months. There's some stuff here that goes back to gosh, I think some of this is actually like the end of December like last year, and then like a few more like recent things like as well to show. So anyway, we will just get right into the video with a couple of new releases. It's been a little bit dry for new releases this year, like for me. I've only bought 2 so far from this year, but there are a few exciting ones coming later, like in the year. But for now, we've got these 2 here. So we've got the new album by Squeeze. This one is called Trixes here. And if you want to know what I think of this, I did a video with James Griffiths and Richard McCook, which is over on James's channel, where we just sort of gave our kind of initial kind of first impressions like of the album. Fair to say, I think we all really enjoyed this album. I think this is a real strong album here, like from Squeeze. The backstory to it is that it's kind of based on a musical that they wrote in the early in the mid 70s. So before Squeeze had even got a recording contract, they kind of had like the ideas and also a lot of the songs for this album. So it's a really solid album here. Trixes is my first pick up there. And then I got another new release as well from a newer band who I do semi-follow a little bit. They're called The Dream Machine, and this is their new album called Fort Perch Rock here. This is their 3rd album, and for me is probably their weakest album, I would say. I mean, it's a gorgeous cover though, absolutely lovely cover, but that really is the best thing about this album. I just thought it was a bit uninspired, they're kind of like a throwback band, sort of 60s kind of garage rock, sort of slightly psychedelic kind of flavours to them. But I just thought this album, the tunes just weren't there really, for me, and there's just a couple of tracks that were just a bit annoying, if I can be honest. So yeah, this was very much a disappointing album for me. Okay, now I've got a couple of things that were picked up when I was last down in Manchester, from a few Manchester record shops here. This first one I think was bought in Vinyl Revival, I want to say, and it is a House Martins bootleg that I'd seen quite a few times, called Early Doors in Carlisle. Always a bit reluctant to pick up bootlegs, because you just don't know how the sound quality is going to be. I've been burned by that a few times, but I am pleased to say this sounded excellent actually. I'm not sure what the source for this was, but it sounded really good. It's an early appearance, 1985, November 1985. So this was pre-Norman Cook joining. You've got bassist, I forget his name, someone Key. I forget his first name, but he's the bass player on the album. And yeah, it is just a great concert here, just of all of the early House Martin songs there. So yeah, this was a really good pickup. Okay, next couple now are all still bought in Manchester. These ones from Clampdown Records, in the city centre. So this one fairly cheap here. This is the Deacon Blue Bacharach and David EP. So yeah, 4 songs by Burt Bacharach and God, this is bad. I forget the other guy's name. But Burt Bacharach's partner, songwriting partner. So yeah, this is decent. But yeah, maybe not essential, but this was £1, I think, if that. So a good one to pick up there for me. This one here is a Go-Betweens 12-inch. I think I picked up the 7-inch for this last time, but this is the 12-inch for the Streets of Your Town here. So yeah, really into the Go-Betweens, and this is a great song. The most well-known song, but just really fantastic. Nothing unique on the B-sides to this though, but just nice to pick up a copy of it. And then also from Clampdown Records, I picked up this, which is a Kitchens of Distinction 12-inch for the song When in Heaven. Kitchens of Distinction, great kind of shoegaze band from the late 80s, early 90s, and this is one of my favourite songs off theirs from their 1992 album The Death of Cool. And then you get 3 unique B-sides here. I think the last 2 are not much. I think they're more kind of ambient kind of pieces, but I mean, like, the main song, like, on this, like, When in Heaven, like, is just absolutely fantastic. So yeah, very glad to get a copy of that one. And then these two were bought in, I think it's called Vinyl Resting Place, like, it's on the top floor of like Affleck's Palace, and I got these two things here. So I got a Prefab Sprout single for like If You Don't Love Me here, one of like a slightly obscure, like semi like obscure Prefab Sprout single, like I guess like one that maybe isn't too remembered, but I really like it. It's kind of got more of a kind of sort of, yeah, like almost like a dancey kind of flavour to it. Like, I quite like it. I think it's different from them, but like a really good song though, and it's nice to get it on a 7-inch. And then this one here was, I think this was an artist who was recommended to me by my friend James Lobban over like in Texas, and like they're like an American band, like I believe, and they call them Let's Active. So like I'm sure that he like mentioned them to me, and like I was like, yeah, no, like I'll give them like a try. And then I seen this in there for only £6, so I kind of thought, right, we'll take a chance on it. And I absolutely loved this album. I thought this was absolutely brilliant. Kind of, yeah, great sort of like 80s alternative rock sort of thing. They're on the same label as REM, like IRS Records. So like if you're into like REM, and I think this was the same producer as well, Mitch Easter produced this album. So yeah, if you're into like any kind of mid-80s alternative rock, like you've not heard of like Let's Active, definitely give them like a shot, because I loved this album. I thought this was really, really, really good. Okay, now I've got a online purchase here for something that I think it was a HMV exclusive. This actually, it's a Justin Currie album here called They'll Never Get to Me, which is a kind of compilation of his solo work. So out of like Delamitri, like this is like some of like his solo tracks. I must say I wasn't too taken by this. I kind of thought, I guess if this is the best, then I don't really want to hear like the worst like of it. I just thought it was a bit boring, really. Definitely like not a patch like on like the work of like Delamitri. Like even like their more recent album, that one Fatal Mistakes, I thought like was a lot stronger like than this album. So yeah, bit of a disappointing one here, Justin Currie. Okay, next two were bought when me and my girlfriend were down in Stratford upon Avon. We were there just for like a little like weekend trip, and there was a record shop which I naturally like went in and bought two things there. So I got this album which I've been looking for quite a while, I have to say. Like by an artist who I'm probably not massive on, but this is the album like I really wanted to get like from him. So it's Todd Rundgren, and I got a copy of Something Anything here. So this is his I think this is his second studio album, 1972 it came out, and this is just a brilliant record. I think what turned me on to Todd Rundgren was when me and James Griffiths did a video about sort of bands that sound like the Beatles, or like albums that sort of sound like the Beatles, like I think like more specifically, and this is one that James showed, and it kind of piqued my interest. Gave it a listen like on Spotify, and really, really like enjoyed it. It's a very eclectic album. It kind of like there are some moments on it that are like maybe a bit pretentious, a little bit too arty and a bit too clever for like their own good, like more than say the Beatles like ever would do. But then there are some other great moments like of kind of pure classy kind of songwriting, like from like the early 70s. There's tracks like I Saw the Light. There's a song called like Couldn't I Just Tell You on here like as well, which is just absolutely like a killer song. So yeah, great album here, and this is a music on vinyl reissue of it. Who I probably would have preferred to have got like an original, but these music on vinyl repressings always just really like hit the spot. Like they're pressed incredibly well, and they sound fantastic. So yeah, see, like so like kind of like it's got like the original Bears, there's a Bearsville Records label, but kind of music on vinyl like noted there like on it too. And yeah, it's just a fantastic album and great to get a really good sounding copy of it here. And then also in Stratford I picked up this here, which is a Go-Betweens sort of EP, I think you would call this. It's called the Able Label Singles. So this I think would have been issued sometime in the mid-80s, but basically collected their first two 7-inch singles, which must have been on this label Able, this Able label, like early on, like in like their career. So it's a kind of like, yeah, it's got a lovely gatefold to it, and then there's just only 4 songs on here, so I probably paid a bit more than I would want for this, considering like it is only 4 songs. But yeah, early go-between stuff here. They were definitely a lot more kind of not punk, but they kind of had that scrappy kind of DIY sort of feel to them that they would kind of like quickly like grow out of. I think like these are mostly all Robert Forster songs, but there's one that's a co-write like between them, which I don't think they would do like too much I guess, like they got into like their career, like very much had Grant songs and Robert songs, but this is just like collects like those early singles, and I thought was quite a nice pickup there. Okay, next couple of things now are from a local market to me, like in like Edinburgh. So I picked up this here, which is David Bowie's Toy album here. So yeah, it's a new sealed copy for I think something like £14. So I thought I'll get that because like this was a sort of like a lost album for like a long time that he made in the late 90s and then never got released until I guess what years on this 2021 like is on this here, and it's kind of like it's a great album I think from Bowie. He's sort of revisiting some of like his like really like older songs, or like songs that were like maybe like unreleased like at like the time, like in like the late 60s, or ones that had been released and then just didn't go anywhere, so sort of like to breathe like new life like into them. So there's some killer songs in there, like like the second track, You've Got a Habit of Leaving, like is fantastic. The London Boys, I think was a single like in like the late 60s. Same with Silly Boy Blue. There's other great ones like Can't Help Thinking About Me, like it's just a killer rocker. So great album here from Bowie, and like nice like inner sleeves like on it like as well. I then also picked up this one here just because it was so cheap, and I thought that like it was actually like is quite a rare item like in like the UK. Like it's a copy of Todd Rundgren's debut album called Runt here. So like I know I said that Sometime Anything that was like the album like I wanted, but this was the first one, so I thought, okay, you know what, like I will just also pick this one up as well. It's kind of from that same era, and it is a very good album here, but like like I say, this is rare because this is like an American copy of it, because I don't think this was ever commercially released again like the UK, certainly not like at like the time, and it's just like ooh, I've just hit the camera there, like it's like a really nice copy of it with it's got its original inner with it, and it's on this this label Apex Records, like made in like the USA. So just like what this is doing again, like a market like in Edinburgh, I don't really know, but it is a great album actually. Like I found myself really like enjoying this one. And then also picked up a couple of singles for like fairly cheap. So I got a copy here of Deacon Blues' Wages Day. This is from their second album, When the World Knows Your Name. Really great album and a great wee song there, Wages Day. And then I got this Elvis Costello single here for the song Blue Chair. I think this is a re-recorded version, like I want to say. It definitely feels a bit different to the one that is on Blood and Chocolate, but nice just to get it like on a 7-inch. Okay, next couple of items now are from, I think, February, I want to say. Like me and my friend Ollie Saunders met up in Glasgow and went record shopping naturally. So we went to a record fair out at the uni, and then went round a couple of other record shops like around Glasgow, like both like the West End and also out in the East End, like near like the Barrows like as well. So it was a really fun day. I got quite a few like good items here, so I'll just show those. So the record fair firstly was like really good fair like at like the Union, but these two were bought from a seller who I don't think I'd ever seen there before. I think he was just a guy who was just selling like his collection, and he did have quite a few Beach Boys items, like which sort of like piqued like my interest. This one like in particular, like I saw, and I thought, ooh, I'll definitely have that because it's got quite rare. This is the Smile Sessions, and he wanted, I think, £30 for this, I think, or maybe £35 possibly. But like I thought, no, I'll definitely take that because I know that this goes for a fair bit of money these days, and it's a great kind of the Smile Sessions are steeped in so much like mythology, like they're kind of like they were like, you know, supposed to be like this grand masterpiece, like the follow-up to Pet Sounds, but you know, like it never came out, and then like all these songs just kind of got sort of splattered across like the next couple like of Beach Boys albums. But this is the kind of, yeah, like this is like the original recordings of them, and yeah, like is like a really great release here. And then like I kept digging, and then I also found this, which is, yeah, quite rare actually. And again, I think he only wanted like £25, so he definitely didn't know. He definitely didn't know like how rare like some of like these items like in particular are. So I picked up this, which is Brian Wilson Presents Smile. So I know I picked up basically the same album, but this is Brian Wilson's sort of re-recorded version of it, or kind of because those Beach Boys sessions were sort of unfinished. This is Brian revisiting it much later though, 2004 this came out, and yeah, like he's like revisiting it, like doing it like with like his touring band, and this is great. Brian's still in great voice, and like, yeah, it just feels a lot more kind of, yeah, fleshed out and like thought out like than like the original style sessions there. And yeah, this goes for well over £100 like online now, so I was just really lucky to kind of like see it. Like I'm sure like if I didn't buy this like at like the fair that day, someone else like easily would have. It's got this, yeah, lovely kind of sort of like shiny like cover there. And yeah, like I said, 2004, so this very much was the era when vinyl was, you know, just like non-existent really. So like, yeah, like I said, like this goes for like a fair bit of money these days. So I was, yeah, just very happy like to see a copy of it. Okay, next up now was bought at Mixed Up Records in like the West End like of Glasgow, so just around the corner from where the record fair was. This is an album that was recommended to me by James Griffiths, and yeah, like he said, oh, like you really like this album, he sounds just like Lloyd Cole like on here. So I was like, okay, yeah, I like Lloyd Cole, so like I'll give this a go. It's Tom Verlaine, so it's the lead singer from Television, and this is one of his solo albums, which I don't think I've got any of his other solo albums. The Television like only had like the 2 albums, and then like Tom Verlaine like went solo, and like not to much great success. But this is one of his later albums, Flashlight, from 1987 here, and this was really good actually. There was some cracking songs like on here. Like I think was it The Scientist Writes the Letters got a great guitar solo on it, and then there are just some other great songs like which yeah, he definitely sounded a bit like Lloyd Cole like on here, and like but with a slightly more yeah, heavy kind of music backing, like I suppose. So no, I really enjoyed this one. It's on the Fontana label, and yeah, this was only a £5, so thought, yeah, absolutely have to get that. And yeah, thanks to James for recommending it. And then like on the subject of Lloyd Cole, this was picked up at a shop out I think near the Barrows, like in Glasgow. Like it was I got a copy of this, which is Rattlesnakes. I got a 12-inch, which is like I think I'm now complete like on Lloyd Cole's 12-inch singles, or like certainly Lloyd Cole and the Commotion's 12-inch singles. This was quite a difficult one to find, but yeah, like managed to find it though, like in Glasgow, which I'm, yeah, very happy about. Got a couple of good B-sides, song called Sweetness, and then I think a live version of 4 Flights Up from the Rattlesnakes album as well. So yeah, just very happy to get a copy of it. And then these next 2, again, still bought in Glasgow here. These ones were at a shop, Love Music, just near Queen Street Station. I always find that shop a little bit like hit and miss. Sometimes I strike gold, sometimes I come out like empty-handed. This time though, like I struck gold. So I picked up this Replacements album here, Pleased to Meet Me here. This is their, God, I don't know what number album, maybe their 6th album, but the Replacements were very much a band who went on a journey. Started out as a kind of one of the kind of most sort of scrappy, loud kind of punk bands like off like their time, but then sort of like evolved into, yeah, more kind of, yeah, power pop, like alternative rock sort of feel. I love the album that came out before this, Tim, but this is equally good, like I thought. Definitely a bit more polished sort of album, but there's so many great songs here. I think the one that was probably the most well known like is Alex Chilton, which is a kind of, yeah, tribute to the founder like of Big Star, who of course the Replacements were like massive fans of, and like, yeah, this is like, so like if like you're into Big Star, then definitely give this album like a go, because yeah, there's some fantastic yeah, great like, yeah, power pop like alternative rock stuff like on here. And then this is, for me, the first album I own by this band here. It's an album that I see a lot, like, so certainly reissues like off it like a lot, and it's always kind of, piqued my interest. They are kind of, one of the most acclaimed, like, alternative rock bands, like, off the 80s. It's Pixies here, and I seen a copy of this, which is their album Doolittle, like a nice, like, original copy. I think this was something like maybe £20, so I thought it was a good deal. It's on the original 4AD records, and I thought, like, I'll give it a go, and I actually really, like, enjoyed it. It maybe takes a bit of like getting used to. It's got that kind of slightly like unhinged. It reminded me a bit of early XTC, like the kind of like Andy Partridge's kind of sort of like a bit sort of Seal Barky kind of vocal style, like in parts like on here, like it kind of had that going on, but like I thought it was a really strong album. There's some great songs there, like Monkeys Gone to Heaven, I think was a single, and was like a slightly like successful song like for them. But I thought this was a great record, like Doolittle here by the Pixies. Okay, and then just to finish up the video, I've got a couple of things I picked up when I was down in London, a couple of I'll say weeks ago, so maybe getting on for like about like a month ago now. So again, like whenever I do go down to London, I quite like to go around some of the shops in like the outskirts. Like they tend to be like a little bit cheaper, cheaper than like your main ones, like on like Berwick Street, like for example. And I definitely did like quite well. So these first couple of things were bought in a shop called Sounds, I think it's Sounds Off the Suburbs or Sounds From the Suburbs out in Ruislip. So like went out there and like got a couple of like good things here. So I got this Talk 12-inch single for the song Give It Up. Talk, fantastic band, like mid-80s band. This is from their album Colour of Spring. And mostly bought this for like the artwork, which is just incredible. But you've got a great B-side as well called Pictures of Bernadette like on it, which wasn't on the Colour of Spring album. So really nice to pick this one up. And then this one was a fairly cheap buy here. Again, my friend Ollie is really into Creedence Clearwater Revival. Like he's a lot more into like his sort of like 60s stuff. I do like my 60s stuff, but like not to the same level like that Ollie does. And like Ollie's like a big fan like of like CCR. So when I seen this, I thought, okay, you know what? Like I will pick it up. It's a greatest hits compilation. 26 greatest hits double album of Creedence Clearwater Revival. And I must say, I thought this was really good. Like again, they got like a lot of like great tracks. Proud Mary, Blue Moon Rising, I thought was great. Like Have You Ever Seen the Rain? Great song. Like Walk on the Water. So a lot of good ones on here. Maybe a bit of filler like on like this particular release. Like I don't quite need like an 11-minute version of Heard It Through the Grapevine, but I know that is actually one of their more popular songs. And then there's a few other ones as well, things like The Midnight Special, Cotton Fields, a few covers I got here. But it's great kind of like, earthy kind of Americans, kind of Heartland rock. So probably this is everything like I need like from them, but just nice to get like a copy of this. Not sure when this came out. Actually, no, it says 1988, like on 1988, like on like the back of it there. So just a kind of compilation of their hits. So I thought that would do nicely. And then also picked up a few 7-inch singles at this shop as well. So I got a copy here of The Police and Roxanne here. I believe this is the reissue of it though, that came out. Again, I think they reissued this single like at least like 2 or 3 times. So this was I'm pretty sure this is the reissued version of it. But still a great song though, Roxanne. I got this Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds one, which is In the Heat of the Moment here from the Chasing Yesterday album. Great album, great song here, and it's got a unique B-side song called Do the Damage on the back of it. And then I've been really collecting my Elvis Costello singles, like I'm trying to get complete, I think, so that I can do like a ranking like of like his singles, like similar to how I did like the Jams singles. Like I'd like to do like a Costello single rank, and I think that would be like a good video. So I got these ones here. I got From a Whisper to a Scream, which was from the Trust album 1981, featuring Glenn Tilbrook like on like co-lead vocals. Great song, underrated track, flopped like as a single, should have been a hit. Great song. This one I think was a hit actually, which is this cover of Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood here from the King of America album. Again, yeah, not one of my favourite Costello songs, like, overall, but, like, a good song, though. But, like, yeah, like, a slightly weird choice, like, for a single. And this one here is The Only Flame in Town, which I think is, like, an underrated song, maybe a bit, like, overproduced. You've got, like, Hall & Oates, like, on, like, this one here, like, lag on backing vocals, which is, like, yeah, quite something. And so, yeah, like, The Only Flame in Town, like, a good little, like, fun song there, like, for, like, Elvis Costello. Like, he didn't have, like, a lot of fun, like, in, like, his, like, career. Like, he's usually quite a serious artist, but that song's, like, kind of, like, a bit, like, a nice wee slice, like, of, like, 80s pop there. Okay, and then I moved on from Ruislip, went up to Finchley, where there was a record shop. I think it was called Allen's Record Shop, out in Finchley. And again, I did fairly well here, actually. I got, like, a few good bits and pieces. So I got another album here by Micro Disney. I think in my last couple of videos, like, I've shown a few of their albums. This one is called Crooked Mile here, and this is probably their most famous album. Possibly it's either this one or like When the Clock Comes Down, I think, like the one with, like, the train tracks on it. This one's 1987. A couple of great songs in here, like Town to Town, like, I think was the single, and, like, is, like, yeah, like, really good song. So yeah, like, really good album there, Micro Disney. This one was a blind buy, and it was, I bought it because it looks very similar to a lot of Kitchens of Distinction items, like sort of like their first album, Love Is Hell, has got a very similar cover to this, with the kind of, like, the band, like, along the top, like, sort of like this sort of circular design, and then the track listing, like, on it. So I thought, what is this? But this is by a band called the Popinjays, and they must have been on the same label. Well, like, they definitely were, like, on, like, the same label, like, as Kitchens of Distinction. So I thought, okay, you know what, I will give this a go. This was £4, and this was a lot of fun. The Popinjays they're two like, female singers, I think, like their duo, and it's very kind of, yeah, sort of bubblegum pop, jangle pop sort of feel to it. So very much in my kind of sweet spot. Reminded me a bit of things like, yeah, like the Primitives, and maybe, like, yeah, like 10,000 Maniacs, possibly, like, had that sort of, like, similar feel to it. So I thought this was a really good album here, the Popinjays, from something like early 90s, 1991, I think, like, on this one here. They also do a cover of the Beatles' Rain on here, like, as well, like, which is a, like, really fun version of it too. So yeah, I thought, yeah, Popinjays here for £4 was worth checking out, and yeah, it's a really, really good album. And then I also came across this. Like, I've shown a few albums by this artist, like, in, like, this video already, but I picked up this, another Todd Rundgren album. I think I'm probably done now, like, on Todd Rundgren, but this is probably what I should have picked up, like, to start with, to be honest, which is the Anthology. So this is his greatest hits here, and yeah, it's a double album, a little bit rare, like, in, like, the UK, because I think this was only maybe issued, like, in, like, America, 1989. It's got, like, on, like, the back, like, off it here, and yeah, it just kind of goes through like, some of, like, his like, yeah, like, hits, basically. You've got a track from the Nas album, which I think was a band, like, he was in before he went solo. You've then got, yeah, a few songs from, yeah, Sometime Anything, Wizards of True Star, Todd. So this is probably all I need, like, on Todd Rundgren, to be fair. This, maybe plus, like, Sometime Anywhere. Got a nice insert with it as well, which is really cool. And then it's on a double vinyl, again, on the Bearsville Records label there. So yeah, certainly not something like I'd, like, ever seen before. Little bit pricey. I think this was £18, but I mean, for a double album, you know, that I think is still quite good value. And yeah, like, I quite like the artwork, like, on, like, the back of this, where you got kind of motifs of the various albums. Like, there's, like, the Wizards of True Star, and yeah, like, the various albums there. So no, like, that is, yeah, like, really good compilation there by Todd Rundgren. Okay, and now these last couple of items, again, still in London here, were bought in a shop in Highgate, which I really forget, like, forget like the name of it, but it's definitely not been there, like, that long. And yeah, like, I did really well, actually. Particularly the last thing, like, I'm going to show is an absolute like Grail find. I couldn't believe my eyes like when I seen it. But I picked up these two things as well. This one is by a band called Wire Train. Again, kind of mid-80s alternative rock sort of vibe to this one here. I think again I came across these on that Perfect Pop Songs YouTube channel, like that I've mentioned like a few times. But I wasn't super crazy about this album. 1985 like on here. But it's good though. Like good like mid-80s. Might grow on me like a little bit. And yeah, what label is this on? This is on, yeah, CBS Records there. So, and this is also a promo copy as well, which is quite nice. And then earlier in the video, I showed an album by Let's Active, which I really liked. And then I seen this, like another one of their albums, so I thought that I would pick it up. This one's called Cyprus. But I must say, I didn't really care for this one as much. I thought this was maybe a little bit weaker. So yeah, this was earlier. This was 1984 on this one here. Also a promo copy as well. So like I do wonder whether this and the Wire Train came from maybe like the same collection, because you know, they're kind of, yeah, similar kind of like mid-80s alternative rock sort of feel to them. But this one I thought, yeah, was good. Maybe need to give it like a few more listens, because I'm still not like super familiar with it. But definitely like on first impressions, I didn't think was quite as good as the other one I showed earlier. Okay, and now the last one for this video, a real Grail find for me. I'll just show it. Yeah, it was Squeeze and Some Fantastic Place Here. So I could not believe my eyes like when I seen this, and I thought, God, how much is it? You know, but they actually only wanted their £65 for it. So I know that is a lot of money for a single album, but when you look this up on Discogs, you know, I think there was one copy of this for over £400. Absolutely crazy. Like I'd never pay that much for it. So I mean, I just don't quite know what they were thinking with this, really, because they obviously didn't think, oh, it's just another common album, because £65 is expensive for like just a single album. But if they'd actually looked like online, you know, they could have sold this for like at least double like what like they had like on it. So I was very happy to see it. 1993 album from Squeeze here, very much seen as one of their better albums, and I have to say I really enjoyed it. Like I've just played it, and yeah, like I thought this was like a really fantastic album. It's got the return of Paul Carrack on here, so he gets a few lead vocals, which is really nice. But then also just some other great ones and great songs like on here. I think I like the song Talk to Him, like the opener on side 2. Like Some Fantastic Place, the title track, like is great as well. So yeah, often seen as one of Squeeze's best albums, like a bit of a comeback album possibly. And it's just a bit baffling like how this hasn't been reissued. I'm sure, knowing my luck, like this will get like a reissue and it'll be available fairly cheap. But nothing beats for me having like the original copy like off it here. Yeah, just absolutely thrilled to get a copy of Squeeze and Some Fantastic Place. So yeah, that's me come to the end of this vinyl update video. So yes, I hope you have enjoyed. If you'd like to see me, I guess, yeah, like review any of the albums I've shown, please do leave them down below in the comments. And yep, I'll see you all next time for the next video. Goodbye.